The Gayatri Mantra echoes through temples and homes, its syllables synonymous with ancient calm. Its creator, the man who eventually decoded this universal frequency, first had to discard a different identity, King Kaushik, a warlord who measured his worth by the length of his sword and the reach of his empire. Kaushik commanded total dominance over the ancient world. He moved across the earth with a massive army of heavily armed soldiers, thousands of war elephants, and wealth that seemed to have no ceiling. During a hunting expedition, Kaushik stumbled upon the humble forest camp of sage Vashistha. When he saw the sage possessed a divine, wish-granting cow capable of feeding an entire army, greed took over. Kaushik tried to seize the animal by force, only to watch Vashistha effortlessly obliterate his massive military forces using pure spiritual energy. Standing in the dust of his annihilated army, Kaushik experienced a violent awakening. He realized that physical weapons, gold, and military strategy were entirely useless against the deep, invisible mechanics of the cosmos. The humiliation hollowed him out. He abandoned his throne and royal garments, adopting a new name, Vishwamitra. He walked into the wilderness consumed by a single obsession: to decode and hack the spiritual laws of the universe. He didn't approach spirituality through quiet meditation. Vishwamitra attacked enlightenment like a military campaign. He used extreme, agonizing physical rituals to brute force his way to cosmic authority. When the reigning deities refused to allow a mortal king into heaven, Vishwamitra decided to bypass their rules. He suspended the king in deep space, tapped into his massive reserves of raw energy, and manually constructed an entirely new parallel universe, complete with fresh stars and constellations. He aggressively tested the limits of human endurance, stripping another monarch, King Harishchandra, of his entire empire. He pushed the man into absolute poverty and grief, forcing him to work in a cremation ground, strictly to measure his psychological breaking point. But his raw power had a fatal flaw. He could bend reality, yet a sudden surge of violent anger or a fleeting moment of lust for a celestial nymph would instantly drain his energy and reset thousands of years of severe discipline back to zero. Manipulating stars and acting like a god yielded no lasting results. Recognizing that his own mind was the only remaining enemy, Vishwamitra retreated to the Himalayas, closed his eyes, and took a vow of absolute, unbreakable silence. In that deep isolation, he pushed his focus past the physical realm. His consciousness detached, tore through the boundaries of space, and accelerated straight into the darkness of the distant future. He landed in the Kaliyuga, our present era. He looked up to see skies choked with dark smoke, the atmosphere heavily poisoned by industrial decay. He watched sacred, life-giving rivers run dry, leaving behind nothing but cracked dirt as the earth collapsed under the weight of excessive human extraction. The ecological ruin mirrored a psychological one. He saw humans preying on one another out of greed, while ancient spiritual practices were hollowed out and sold as cheap commercial illusions. Deep within this dark age, his awareness caught a faint frequency. Hidden far behind the distant peaks of the Himalayas, entirely shielded from the decay, he located the glowing, secret sanctuary of Shambhala. From that sanctuary, a specific event was preparing to unfold. He witnessed the eventual emergence of the Kalki avatar, a divine warrior preparing to ride out and systematically dismantle the global corruption. Standing in the middle of this future collapse, Vishwamitra saw no army could fix a world where the air is poison and morality is a business. These were not just environmental failures. They were the results of a fractured human intellect, a mind so blinded by greed it could no longer see its own destruction. To fight a war of the mind, he needed a mental weapon. He synthesized the energy of his own struggle into the Gayatri Mantra, a linguistic circuit meant to tune the human intellect to the frequency of the sun. It was designed to keep the inner light burning, ensuring that even in the thickest smog of the Kaliyuga, the mind could still distinguish truth from corruption. He had forged new galaxies, traversed through time, and engineered a protective vibration for all future generations. And yet, the cosmos still refused to grant him the ultimate rank of Brahmarishi. A single obstruction remained. Buried deep in his psyche was a bitter jealousy towards sage Vashistha, the man who had humbled him in the forest so long ago. Unable to let it go, Vishwamitra armed himself with a sword and crept toward Vashistha's ashram under the cover of darkness, intending to finally kill his rival. But as he neared the entrance, he froze. Vashistha was inside, speaking quietly with his wife. Instead of plotting against Vishwamitra, Vashistha was openly marveling at his rival's immense spiritual brilliance, comparing his aura to the unyielding light of a full moon. Hearing his enemy praise his greatness, the warlord's ego collapsed entirely. The sword hit the ground. Vishwamitra fell to his knees in tears, surrendering fully at the feet of the man he had hated for centuries. With his inner conflict eradicated, the universe opened its final door. Operating now with complete clarity, he used his multiversal knowledge to mentor a young Prince Rama, equipping him with the exact cosmic weaponry required to purge evil from his own era. The legacy of the Gayatri Mantra exposes a harsh mechanical truth about power. You bend the laws of physics, command absolute authority over others, and map the end of time. But ultimate control only arrives the second you defeat your own mind.